Sneeples. Today we're going over the Illusionist cards that are coming out from part the Mistveil, seeing if we're going to see any competitive play, maybe in Classic Constructed, or how good they might be in Limited. We do this every season. Let's get into this. Starting off with Cosmo, it's a weapon. It is Illusionist, so any Illusionist can play it. Give it, I think it's the best in Enigma currently. This will definitely see play in the Classic Constructed format, and Blitz, anything that Enigma's can be using, this is going to be their go-to weapon. Give it, they might play Iris in specific builds like Spectra, but currently, I think this is their best weapon. 10,000 Year Reunion, it's a super sweet card. You know, Ward 10, we were all pretty shocked when we saw this, like, oh my lord, that is a lot of Ward. And it's actually able to get off in like Classic Constructed formats where you have cards like Phantom Tidemaw. You're able to cheat it out with that because that thing just gains so many counters. It's a 3-block, it's a red. It will probably see some play in Constructed decks. We're gonna have to kind of fine tune, figure out what all the wards are going on. This would definitely be with more of a counter heavy ward deck. And then if you hit this in Limited, it will probably be hard to get off. Rage Spectre, this is a card I've come a ways with. Originally when I saw this, I was like, I don't really think I like this. But it has worked out great in a lot of situations that I played it, where, you know, most of your board gets blown up, you maybe block a few cards, you might have this and like a blue or something going on. You're able to play this, then you're able to swing with it for 6, using that remaining resource because it costs 2, and then come in, and it feels pretty good. As well as it's a blue, and then it blocks for 3. I think come to like draft and sealed, this card could be very good if you just block out. Maybe you play a couple extra auras, you let them all pop, you're able to arsenal this and then play it. 6 is a lot of damage when the hero that you're playing against only has 20 health. Restless Coalescence. This card is sweet. Not only the art is crazy, but its ability is also quite powerful. I've seen a few interaction lines with this card in like Phantom Tidemaw. For an example, you have 5 counters on a Phantom Tidemaw, you pitch your blue, you attack with it for 5, and then you play this card after the attack, you take all 5 of those counters, put it on this, come and swing with this, coming in for 7, and you're like, ah, this is pretty good. But then you're also able to then remove another counter to get a Spectral Shield, which can attack. And then whenever that Spectral Shield will blow up, you're able to put that counter back on a Phantom Tidemaw, and it's kind of like just reusing itself in its system. It is an instant speed, so that is super sweet. We like seeing that. This card is definitely going to see play in Classic Constructed, in Enigma. If you get this in your sealed, your draft, it's going to be powerful. You're going to be able to make some more Spectral Shields. Any instant speed auras tend to be pretty good. Astral Etchings, this is going to give you agency and the way to add pressure to your cards and be able to attack. It is a 3-block as well, which is very important. This card's going to let you again go again in the deck, which is important for presenting damage because you're going to need the counters for it. And then having the ability to have this be instant speed if you control a Spectral Shield can also be kind of like a sneaky attack reaction. Then this comes in the yellow and blue. I like the blue as well because it blocks 3. It's a blue pitch, you get the 1 counter, which then will, you know, turn on your go again. Essence of Ancestral Body, 3-block, which we know 3-blocks are great. They have the Ward 2 on them. I think in Classic Constructed this could see some play. It's definitely like not the best, just due to it's not an instant speed. It takes away your action point, but being able to stop 2 damage, which feels good, but then maybe being able to prevent the next red source, that could be very strong. That could be very powerful. So I like this card so far. Haunting Spectre. When this leaves, you get a Spectral Shield, and then if there's no other auras, you get a counter on it. It costs 2 for Ward 4, and then a Spectral Shield, so maybe like Ward 5 with the counter. I don't really care for this card as much due to it's only a 2-block. Yeah, it has some power to it, but it's not even an instant speed. It's taking away your action point. It's okay. Definitely, I wouldn't see this in Classic Constructed, and at least in my own decks, as well as for Limited. You might be able to go attack, maybe go 1 or 2 go again attacks and then play this, and it doesn't feel too bad, but it's definitely, I wouldn't put it as the highest priority. Sigil of Solitude, kind of the same boat. It's a 0, Ward 4, blocks 2. Start of your turn, if you control any other Illusionist aura, you destroy this. So maybe you play it, but then it's going to take away your action point because it's not instant speed. It stays around for a turn, and then even if it goes back to your turn, you still have no other auras, and this somehow survived. You're still paying 1 for the 4 attack, and it's going to prevent 4 later. I don't know. I don't feel hot about this cycle of cards either for Constructed and or Limited play. Single Mind Determination. The red, if you control all the auras, put 3 counters on this, so that's a 2 for 5, more or less. Does block for 3, which is nice, but yet again, not instant speed. Takes away the action point. And it's also like one of these other clauses that we've been seeing a lot is if you control no other auras. Usually you want to have a good handful of auras. Give it, you might lose your board state, something might happen, a big swing turn, all your stuff pops. Then it becomes quite helpful, it helps you catch up a little bit. But I don't want to be hedging on that. I want to be hedging on trying to maintain my board state. Definitely not my favorite, but I do like the 3 block, and I do like the in a pinch this could become powerful. You just don't get attack with it right away unless you're able to, use her legendary boots. Then the yellow and blue. Solitary Companion. Same thing, it enters if you control another auras, you get your spectral shield, so it's a 0 for 4, more or less, your ward 3 and then the shield. Different sources, that's kind of nice, it helps pop breakpoints, but I don't know, it's a 2 block, not instant speed, takes your action point, kind of just something you're going to want to be doing at the end of your chain if you have nothing else really good to be doing. Same with the yellow and blue. Spectral Manifestations. Pay 2, make a spectral shield, and then if there's no other ones, you get 3 counters on it. But if you have cards already, you're paying 2 for 1 spectral shield, give it as go again. That's kind of nice. But then it only blocks 2, and it costs 2 for it. I don't know. Not definitely constructed, not feeling too hot on it. For limited, this could be alright. You play your blue, you make your spectral shield. Hopefully you have no other auras, so then you get 3 counters on it. Swing in for 4, maybe play something else. Now Vengeful Apparition, I do like this one. This one does have that, clause on it, like if you have no other auras, you get stuff. But this one, it's a 3 block, which is very nice. When this one leaves, if you control no other Illusionist auras, you may play your next one with 2 or less as though it was an instant, and if you do, it gets a +1 counter. It only has ward 1, so it's lower on the ward account, but the ability for that right there is super sweet. Like you could play a Shimmers for free at instant speed, you could play Haze Bending, you could do a lot of things. This could see play in Classic Constructed, as well as even in the limited format. You're going to be able to get out a lot of those other auras which are stuck, they're not instants. You're able to just jam them out, and then you can get more value out of them, being able to instantly attack on your turn while they're still around and not losing your action point. I really do like the Vengeful Apparition, especially because they're 3 blocks. And that's the Illusionist one, guys. Thank you for watching. If you have any comments, like if there's any lines or cute things that you guys noticed from these Illusionist cards or any other decks they might tune into that's not Enigma, definitely comment it down below. But other than that, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.